All right. Okay, welcome everybody to the Wednesday afternoon team call, evening in the UK. We're excited about this call today. So we're on Facebook Live in the team page and on the Zoom chat, trying to give everybody the best opportunity possible to hop on to the call and or watch the recording when the time is most convenient for you, because I know many of you guys are like me. Some of you guys aren't parents, but many of you guys are parents or have full-time jobs, this and that, so it makes it difficult sometimes to be on live. But I appreciate those of you that could be on live with us today. We're going to just go over a couple announcements before, a couple important things before I introduce our guest, Catalina. The first thing, the most important thing right now is finish the month strong. Like, do whatever you can to finish the race. Like, every single month I look at it kind of like a race, and it's important that you run through the finish line. So if you have a goal this month, don't let off the brakes. If you fall short of your goal, but you tried hard, you're winning. You're going to be further than you would have had you not tried. So the thing that I want you guys to focus on right now, aside from finishing your month strong with your goals, is to register for the Team Cup. You guys can see the entire Coach FAQ at 9753. I want you guys to know what I'm doing personally. I'm registered for the Team Cup. I'm a part of Carl's 1x3x5 plan, which I'll explain to you and recap with you real quickly in just a moment. But one thing that I did today inside of my personally sponsored coach page to show you guys what I'm doing is I put up a little image about the Team Cup, and I did this like 2 weeks ago, but I was more direct and specific about it today. I tagged I explained what Team Cup was, and I tagged every single one of my personally sponsored coaches in that group, every single one, and asked them to be a part of the Team Cup, to drop an emoji in the comments, and that I would form teams of 5, and I just shared in there, hey, if we do this, we can have 17 teams formed if we can have you guys all drop a comment. And I tagged each of them. So that's what I'm doing. If you're wondering what Team Cup is, it's a month-long team business building, boosting / contest where 5 coaches get together. You push yourselves, you challenge yourself to exceed your personal best. So you'll form teams, you'll set goals, and you'll hold each other accountable. It's for veteran coaches and brand new coaches alike. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to be pushing to earn Success Club points and Team Cup points, which will happen. You can read it in the FAQ, but by rank advancing and so forth, you can earn Team Cup points as well. You're going to earn points throughout the month of February, and then you're going to also have, there's a big prize opportunity to have like a VIP experience at the 2018 Coach Summit and some on-stage recognition. But I think one of the most important things is that you build a bond and a relationship with 5 members of this team, and you build that friendship, and you challenge each other, hold each other accountable. And that's the magic piece of Team Beachbody. But that won't happen if you don't get on a team. So I'm encouraging you guys to get on a team. One of the things as well, I mentioned that the 1x3x5 system is that Carl put together. Carl Deichler, the CEO of Beachbody. Guys, he's built a $1 billion company and helped millions of people. So I look at him as one of the best coaches and leaders to follow. So following in his lead, I'm going to share just what he shared with us so that I could pass that information on to you. He said, this is his words. I'll read it to you. Can I work with you and help you and your team help 3 people each month so you and your coaches can achieve Success Club? That's 1x3. 1 coach plus 3 new challengers a month. And if we stay with it, even part-time, working a little each day, right through until Summit, can we scale that so eventually you and 5 of your personally sponsored coaches achieve that every single month? So that would be you as a coach plus 3 of your customers, and then multiply that times 5 so that you master that system, and then you teach 5 other people to do that. That's the goal. And I'm going to be sharing the tactics. Remember, this is Carl. We've discovered from our most successful coaches what they're using in a private Facebook group. We're going to share tips, exercises, specific extra instructions that will complement everything you already know about coaching, but hopefully put the activities into focus. Invites are already going out, so he created this group called the Success Club System 1x3x5. I saw Connie comment today and Christine Tremaine that they're in that group already. But to get in that group, what you have to do is you must be registered for the Team Cup, and you also have to have purchased your Summit ticket. If you have done those 2 things, you will be invited into that group led by Carl Deichler. One thing I want to make note of is you don't have to be registered for Summit to be a part of Team Cup. I want to make sure there's a clear, distinguished guideline there. Everybody can be in Team Cup, but if you want to be in this group led by Carl to help teach you how to achieve this goal, you must be registered for Summit and Team Cup. So that's all about Team Cup. Make sure to check out that FAQ. It's 9753. Also, feel free to ask in the team pages. We'll help set you up inside of a team. It's one of the things I've been doing heavily the past week, is kind of pairing people up and connecting people. So the next thing is to mark off a Saturday, April 8th on your calendar as the day that you are going to Super Saturday in your local area. But bigger than that, let's kind of think 1 by 3 as well. I want you to take 3 customers to Super Saturday with you in April. So make that a goal for yourself over the next February, March, to get yourself to Super Saturday and to bring 3 friends with you. The next thing is Summit. We briefly mentioned it with Carl's 1 by 3 by 5 system. To register for Summit, you go to coachsummit.com. I have all the information. There's FAQ, hotel information, ticket prices. There's a discounted ticket price right now. Also, if you're a coach under 90 days, there's a discounted ticket for that. Also, if you're a brand new coach, if you hit Success Club in your first 3 full months, you get a free ticket to Summit. So that's a pretty cool incentive and an awesome thing to earn to celebrate your success as a brand new coach. So with that being said, I'm going to introduce our guest today, Catalina Quintero. She is a 5-star elite diamond coach. She was so elite in 2018. She was ranked number 111 in the entire company and number 7 in the Latin community of coaches. She started in January of 2015. So she's just 2 years, is that 15 to 16 to 17? Is that 3 years? So Catalina has been in the business since January of 2015. She's going to be talking with us today about vision, goals, taking massive action, retention of customers, and helping you fire yourself up for your business. So with that being said, Catalina, I'm going to turn the time over to you.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Scotty. I almost got in a car accident when I got your message. So you see like Scotty Hobbs, like, just such an honor for me to be here. I met you when I sent my upline a message saying, I want to make some money, tell me how to place people. And they say, look at his video, advanced placement, which I still don't understand, by the way. But that video was wow, like really, really good. So thank you so much for having me. My first language is Spanish, so I might say some crazy stuff once in a while, maybe because I'm translating Spanglish. So I apologize for that. It happens to me in every call. But I want to talk to you here about what I did to max out my bit, to multiply myself, because the first year of coaching, I was taking this as a hobby. I was a diamond for a year, and I was working all day in the business. I used to be an attorney. I have a master's in maritime law, and then I decided to be a Beachbody coach. I don't have like a fantastic story, just that I wasn't passionate about what I was doing, and I wanted to be with my babies at home. So this opportunity presented itself. I got to research a little bit about the company and the products, and I went all in, and it's the best decision that I could have ever made. But I'm here to tell you what I did starting in January of 2016 to like start growing and rank advancing, and what was the difference between the year that I was a diamond and how I grew from a diamond to like 4-star in like 11 months. The first thing that I wasn't doing is that I wasn't treating this business as $1 million business. I wasn't doing my power hours. I was connecting with people all the time. And when I started doing my power hour, which for me it needs to be power hours, because if you really, really want to advance in this business, 1 hour a day is not enough. From when I was in the first year of coaching, if you do your power hours every single day intentionally with your vital behaviors, you will see that compound effect of results no matter what. Like that has been a big changer for me. I am very intentional in my time. I downloaded something called Kill the Newsfeed, which completely blocks your Facebook to be able to focus on really these vital behaviors that are so basic, but we're not doing them. I was an active coach, but I was following the exercises and not the eating plan, so I was really not proud of the product because I got to the weight that I wanted, and I just started doing sporadically, the nutrition plan, all the containers here and there, and the pictures, but not really doing the eating plan. If anybody in this team is in 80-day obsession, you need to be doing that eating plan. We're Beachbody coaches. We need to follow that eating plan to the T. I was in the test group, and this works. Like, it works. I'm 42 years old. I thought my metabolism was slow and I was never going to get those abs that Adam had, and I did get them. I got a six-pack. It works. We need to be able to show everybody that it works, and everybody in here can do it. I have 3 kids, and I have a March six-pack, which I never wanted, but it came because it works, because the nutrition is key in this program. And for coaches, we can't do the exercises and not the nutrition. So be a product of the product. Every time something launches, do it. I wasn't doing that. So that's my first advice for you. In those power hours, be very intentional with your time. I use an ADD timer that turns red after 15 minutes of sending birthday messages or inviting, or if somebody likes my post, thank you so much for liking my post, connecting. But I'm very intentional with those 15 minutes because I have a monkey brain, and I feel like I have ADD. I'm like jumping from one side to the other. The first year of coaching, I would be like, oh, let's see what Scotty Hobbs is doing. Let's see what this other coach is doing. And that's not going to grow your business. I see my coaches like commenting on other pages, and I'm like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be focusing on your, but I learned that the hard way, and they're gonna learn it the hard way too. So stick to a power hour, stick to a calendar. Stick to a calendar. If I haven't contacted 10 people a day, I do not go to bed, even if it's 1 o'clock in the morning, because I have a vision and I want to grow. And that's how I got to 5-star so quick. And that's how I got to elite. I remember going to Summit last year, and I was like, oh, I'm never going to get there, really. Because elite is so far away, but it's really not. It's really not when you're doing the bios every single day. So very important to follow a calendar, a weekly calendar where you jot down everything that you're doing and make sure you don't go to bed until you finish. It's January. I have to talk about goals. A lot of us as coaches have goals, but we really don't, because we know and we kind of dream of what we want, but we don't write it down and we don't put a date. That's another thing that made a big difference for me. I said, I'm going to do everything in my reach to be a 2-star back in the day. It was like January 1st, from now until March 31st. And I did it. I did it because I was maxing out everything, my time. I was very intentional. I wrote it down. I gave myself a date. A great book for that is The 12-Week Year. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. Very, very good book for goals. We're in the perfect month for that. That's a book that I would totally read. And then at the end of the week, review those goals and say, okay, did I really contact the people that I want? Is this really my income? I want my income to be this. Is that activity that I did this week going to get me to the goal that I want? So it's depending if you want rank or income or whatever you want, or both. Write it down. Write it down. Put yourself a date and take massive action. This might push some buttons in some of you, but it works. And it's you have to wake up early, guys. You have to. Just because it has been a game changer for me to have those affirmations in the morning, and everybody here must know the Miracle Morning. That has changed my life. I wake up at 4:30 every single morning. I meditate, praying and gratitude to God with an app called Abide, ABIDE. It has been a life changer. There's guides for everything that's happening in your life with your kids, with anything, but you're praying, you're meditating, you're setting your day up for success. And then my affirmations, and dream big. Like, I'm going to be a 5-star by the end of the year. I'm going to have a big team. And visualize yourself with that big team. Visualize having amazing conversations with customers, amazing conversations with coaches that are your avatar. Just visualize that every single day, because your brain is so powerful that those affirmations go into your subconscious and make you do those activities during the day that need to get you closer to your goals. So in this book of, do affirmations, it's not only to say it, it's just because it works. Meditating, affirmations, personal development. I take 20 minutes to do my personal development and 20 minutes to do my business development. And I don't do any more business development the rest of the day, which I did the first year of coaching. I was in trainings all day. Oh, the Inner Circle. Oh, the whatever social society. Oh, Kim Garst. There were so many, and I was buying all of them. I'm like, I have to do this. Oh no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing. Shut it off. Do 20 to 30 minutes. Select one course and do it for 30 minutes, and the rest of the day, if you work from home, more if you have another job, you have to be very focused on those hours that you have. So just spend 20 to 30 minutes, and most importantly, apply what you learn, which is another thing that I wasn't doing, learning and learning and learning and learning. But at the end of the day, oh, I didn't post today because I was learning all day. So that has been focusing on that, putting my timer, doing those vitals, and waking up early has changed my life. I remember my coach saying, oh, I wake up at 3:30, and I would be like, oh, I'm not a morning person. I would never do that. But then she was the one advancing, and I was the one staying stuck. So that hour, and before I wake up my kids, that hour and a half, now my exercise are at 1:30 because I have to eat an hour before. But that hour and a half before I wake up my kids, when I wake up, I already have most of those vital behaviors done. So I just have more time to dedicate, to invite, to connect with people. So that's a big tip that you've heard, but that it's really, really worked for me. Recruiting. You will not earn money in this business if you're not recruiting. It's that simple. I was one of the top challenge pack sellers for a year in Shred Nation, which is my upline. I was always in the leaderboards, and it looked really pretty, but my checkbook wasn't looking that pretty. And it was because I wasn't sharing the opportunity of coaching, which is the most amazing opportunity that we have. Every single post now is mine, is intentional. It's talking about like a jab, another book that I recommend, a Jab, Jab, Right Hook. It's about intentional and sowing those seeds. And like Shailene said last year in Summit, it's all about curiosity marketing. We need to be talking about that opportunity often, almost every single day. And I'm like always jabbing. I'm with my kids because I'm a coach and I love coaching. Tonight I have a What is Coaching call where we're all going to talk about it. I've never done it, but what do I lose? An hour of my time? There's like 50 people in there. It might be one that might come out, that shining star, but I'm going to start doing it consistently because I don't lose anything, and because I'm just sharing this great opportunity that really works. So my advice today is that if you're not posting about the coaching opportunity, start doing it, because this business will grow if you have coaches in your team. Not selling challenge packs, you're going to have a great week and then you're going to have a miserable week income-wise. If your goal is income, because I'm 42, I don't want the stars and the thing. I want to be able to be drinking margaritas when I'm 50 and not posting my selfies when I'm sweating. So my goal right now is just inviting to this opportunity, having a team, and I act like a freaking rock star in Facebook, and I only have like 15, and then maybe 7 of them are really working the business. But I act as Latina Fit Coaches is one of the top, and that 7 in the network has been like, I have it everywhere. So people want to be in my team, to be attractive, and people contact me, hey, what is this about? Now I have people that compound effect of sharing those opportunities of how happy I am, and everything has worked because now I have people contacting me about the opportunity, which I never had before. And I was just fishing, and maybe somebody from my challenge group will have results, and maybe they'll want to be a coach. Go every single week and look what challenger you think might be a coach. Don't assume that that person doesn't want to be a coach because they don't know they can be coaches. They don't know that they can do what you do. So go look in your challenge groups. I do that at least once a week. I look to see if I can send that little message. Hey, I know this sounds a little bit like icky, but have you ever heard about the opportunity? Do you know that you have a great, like, you're a motivator, and I think you would be amazing. And the worst that can happen is no. But that should be part of your weekly activities, is just growing your team, getting coaches under you. And it's not hard, but if you find those rock stars, your team would be amazing. You don't need 1 million people. You need just like those rock stars to show up. And the only way that they show up is for you sharing this on social media and talking about the opportunity. Another tip that I have is that do your own trainings. I know Scotty Hobbs has the most amazing website. Every time I have a man, I'm like, here's your training, scottyhobbs.com. But it's not going to work because they came to you because they felt identified with you, not with Scotty Hobbs. So what I would do at the beginning is I would be like, what is coaching? Oh, here you go. And I would throw them in my uplines training. And they were like, wait, this is not Catalina's personality. This is not her. So Eat That Frog. It's another book that I recommend. And just do 5 videos of what is coaching. Scotty, I think, has them. Everybody has them on YouTube. And I just translate them in my language, and I just do 5 videos that you're going to repurpose forever. And there's people on Fiverr or whatever it's called that can put them in one, so you can share it with people that might be interested, and that's going to save you a ton of time, because you're just talking about the vitals, what we do as coaches, what's your compensation plan, and just divide it in 5 subjects. But do it yourself, because that person came to you, because they're your avatar, because they feel identified with you, not with Scotty, not with your upline, not with your coach. So doing your own trainings is very important, and I would start as an emerald, like how to access the online office, how to your preferred placement, your EFT management. With this new website, we should all be doing that and uploading to YouTube. That way, when you say that you're a rock star team, and even though you only have 2 or 3 coaches, they're going to come in and have all this library of trainings that are your trainings, because you're the leader of your own team, not Scotty, not your other one. You need to own your own success. You're successful because of you, not because of Scotty and this team call, or because he's not giving me the tools. No, it's because you decided to take, I don't have a coach, by the way. I studied myself to where I am. I have the support of my upline because they adopted me, but I never had a coach. I learned myself. So I own my own success, and because I want my coaches to do the same, that's one of the tips that has worked for me. I'm doing my own trainings. I'm building them slowly, because then we brought this new office, and then all the videos that I did are not old. But you know, you have to, it's technology. You just have to up your game and do what needs to be done. So eat that frog, take 2 days, film your videos, and have that coaching opportunity ready for when people want to join the business. And that's going to make you grow. It's January, vision board. They always tell me, do a vision board and vision board parties, and Lindsay Matway would do a vision board party, and my upline would do a vision board party, but we never do it. I'm not a crafty person of cutting stuff and doing it pretty on PicMonkey, because that's not my personality. So I just have a board with my goals. I erased 5-star elite. Yes, I made it. And now I'm top 50 in the company, and watch me. I want to be a leader in the Hispanic community, but I have it there, and I have my why, and it's getting my husband home. He works like 16 hours a day. So I went home with the kids, and I want to be able to pay my law school student loans, because after coming from a 6-figure income to starting from scratch was hard, but I'm going to get there, and I'm going to be laughing at everybody in the law firm all day, working their butt off while I'm at home. But anyways, I have my vision board, and it doesn't have to be this crafty thing. It can be just a list. I got a board at Sam's, a erasable board, so I can do it every year. And I have my goals. And why is that important? It's only important because this is a business of up and downs. You're going to have coach cancellations, and that best friend that was supposed to stay in that super spot is probably going to leave, and those diamonds are going to fall. My 2-star fell at my 5-week because one of my coaches decided to cancel her Shakeology for 4 days. She just moved it 4 days, even though I had told all my downline to be careful. She did not think that that was going to affect me, and it all fell. And I could have said, this is not for me. This sucks. I did spend 2 days eating ice cream in my bed, but I got up and I stood up and I did it again, and I brand new scratch because of that vision board. Because when you're weak, and there's going to be millions of times where you're going to be like, this sucks, nobody gives me likes, and nobody's responding, success club, what is this, blah, blah, blah. That's when you're going to look at that and say, oh, get up and do it, because we're working for a few years for what people do for retirement. Like, if you're in this business to get quick money, this is not the business for you. But if you're in this business for a huge income in the future, and it's not millions of years, like I've seen so many coaches grow in 3 and 5 and 7 years, but if you're taking action, of course, disclaimer, if you're taking massive action every single day, this works. This works. So the problem is that we're not doing it. Like Gary Vaynerchuk said at Summit, I'm going to say all this. This is the tool for success, and 90% of you are not going to do it. And it's the truth. They tell us the vitals. We don't do it. They come up here. They go through that. We're really not reading personal development every day. We're really not. Like at the beginning, they tell us and tell us and tell us and tell us, and we don't do it. But when you do it, it works, and it's not difficult. It's just the vital behaviors. So it's very important for you to have that vision board, very important to be focused every single day, very important to take massive action. 10X rule, read that book, changed my life. I read it 2 times. I need to read it again. Every time I'm doing something that's not Beachbody, when I'm cutting my hair, I'm in the cart, I'm like 10X, 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 because it's such an amazing book. That keeps me going so much. So it's very important to do that list of what you want to accomplish, dream big, put it down, and take action. One of my successes is retention of customers. My diamonds don't fall that easy because I am freaking Walt Disney of customer service. With these problems with 80-day obsession, I am sending packets of shake. My husband's account, because he was my Emerald when I started my Emerald, he gets the packets. So if a problem like this, which now is massive, but we're all leaders, we're all CEOs of our own company, we don't complain on the pages. Instead of complaining and writing down the complaints, grab a card, say, I am so sorry. I am so sorry for what happened. What can I do? I'm here. Here's a little packet of another flavor. I always look what flavor they're having, and then I bring the other flavor that they don't have, which creates retention, because if they like it, then they can next month. Anyways, a little pack of Energize if they don't have it, things like that. And they post it in the group. They're like, Catalina, you're the best coach. I feel so much better. I'm going to wait for those sliders, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to lie that I was pissed because they canceled like 2 or 3 orders and I had to buy the sliders myself. That's how much of customer service I am, and send them. But we are CEOs. We are not here to complain. We're here to adjust to whatever situation. No company is perfect. It's not Beachbody. It's every single company that has problems. But as CEOs of our own company, we need to take responsibility and face it and keep the customer happy. So one of the things that has worked for me in my challenge groups is that I talk about Shakeology all the time. I teach them. We have 70 ingredients. So I take that part of my business development is grabbing that sheet of Shakeology, is hearing the Shakeology podcast, is going into the first 30 and looking at all the information that they give us about Shakeology. And I always have people coming in new from me and from my coaches that don't have a challenge group yet. And I'm talking about Shakeology all the time. So they're like, oh my God, that's what, like, this is cheap. Like I talk about it so much that they really value what they're drinking. Like, oh, really? And I'm like, Achawanda! And so, and it's not like, and just one ingredient per day. And if you don't feel comfortable going live talking about it, go and Google Achawanda, save as picture of Achawanda, and say what the benefits are, because it's the subconscious of them listening to all that creates retention. The average of a customer in Shakeology is 4 months. I heard it in one of the trainings, I don't know where, but that stuck to me because I'm like, oh my God, I need to do something to have more retention. And most of my Success Club points are referrals. That's how crazy it is, because I give such an amazing experience in my groups, and I don't do anything spectacular. I just do, check-in, motivation, and then I talk about Shakeology a lot and about, the benefits of anything that has to do with what they're doing, sorry gifts, and I just teach them what they're doing so they know that there's no better other company than us, no other shakes are better than us. So when they talk about that to other people, my referrals, they talk about everything that I taught them. So the person's like, where do I buy that? So that's very important, that you just don't throw them in there, like them, post your selfies, but also teach them what we're doing. Teach them about this valuable shake that we have. Teach them about the quality control, that we don't have soy or soy lecithin or garbage in there like all these GNC things have. Go a little bit deeper and research about it. I don't know if you guys were at the Success Club trip last year, but they spoke about the quality control. I was teaching them, hey, do you know that they sometimes don't use this plant because they know that they have to have the best quality ingredients? I'm often talking about it because sometimes we think, oh, I sold a challenge pack, it's done. And it's really not done. You want them to keep going on Shakeology, because then those stars are going to fall. These coaches for the discount are very important. So much as your coaches that are working the business, because they're going to create retention. They're going to create volume. A lot of 3-day refreshes in my group. 3-day refresh for Christmas, 3-day refresh for New Year's, 3-day refresh for Valentine's. And you cannot imagine how many people do it. Not only is your customer getting amazing results because they're losing 3 to 5 pounds and they're posting their before and afters, which is what you post in your page. See, it all like escalates. But you're also creating all this volume, constant volume. So retention from my customers has been very, very big. People sometimes just want to be heard. People just don't want, to just be like, oh, the nutrition. Nutrition is not only what you serve in your plate. Nutrition is also your personal life. You need to have, I always ask, every coach asks like, oh, what are your goals? I'm like, what is the thing that creates the most stress? So go a little bit more deeper because being healthy is being healthy in all areas of your life. So what I do is I do a new customer call every Monday. It's 1 hour. Yes, it sucks because it's at 9 p.m. and I want to be with my husband. But that has created so much retention because they have so many questions and I get a lot of, oh, I know you're so busy and that's why I didn't ask you. And they're contacting other coaches and I'm like, I need to do something. So I do every Monday. It's 20 to 30 minutes. And if somebody joins during that week, I tag them in the video so they can watch it. Just answer questions. Tell me, oh, is the yellow the almond milk? Et cetera, et cetera. But they like that because they feel like I'm present, like I'm solving their questions. So I act like if they paid $1 million for that challenge pack. And that generates just retention for me. So that's an idea that I give you for a challenge boost. Success Club. First year, stuck at Diamond, Success Club 10. Oh, I did it. I'm going to do trainings all week. I'm done. I'm not going to do it anymore. Actually, let's do Success Club 12 in case somebody returns a challenge pack. No, that's not going to grow your business. So now my goal is Success Club 10 the first week. I will not go to bed until I get those people the first week. Success Club 20 the second week, Success Club. And I go like that because my business was not growing. I was getting 3 to 5 people, which 3 are going to cancel Shake Call. Yeah. And yes, for the company, I'm getting my little gift and my little towel, but that's not what pays my bills. So really, Success Club 10 should not be your goal. And I don't even know why they have Success Club 5 and Success Club 10. I still don't understand that. But your goal should not be Success Club 10. What the heck? That's the minimum goal for the first week. And if you're starting, I understand, it's hard and you need to contact people and you haven't, created that engagement, and that's fine. But when you start growing, if you've been in this business for more than 6 months or than a year, you should have Success Club 10 quick, because the rest is just added value, added volume, added people, added challengers that are going to be your coaches when they have results. You're going to get more coaches if you have more Success Club points. And let's not talk about the income because it's more income, but Success Club 10 is not enough. You need to max that out. You need to have bigger goals. Don't be, play small with Success Club 10. I don't know if you say it like that in English, but don't play small with your goals. Do Success Club 10 every single month, but do it quick, do it fast. So the rest is just more volume, more people, more opportunities to get coaches. Fail. I keep telling my coaches that's amazing. When they're complaining, that's amazing that you failed, because without failure, it means that you're not doing enough. It means that you're not going to get high. Failure is a step for success. It's a fertilizer for success. It's like an injection that you're going to get more successful, that you're closer. Keep failing. Read Go for No. Everybody's going to say no. If everybody said yes, I would be a 15-star, a million 15 stars. But every time I get 5 no's, I'm like, okay, that's 5 more people that I have to contact today because I'm closer to a yes. Not everybody has that mentality. Everybody thinks that they're a failure, that this is not for them, and they get discouraged and this and that. Excuse me, everybody's going to say no. Just, you're not contacting enough people. And I've seen like little bubbles that you put and it has to be 100 no's. And everything boils down to the point that you need to contact more people. You need to get more no's. And always say, and I completely understand that you have to ask your husband. In my community, in the Latin community, it's allowed. I have to ask my husband. I know you have to understand your husband, talk to your husband, but do I have your permission to contact you for my next group in February? Don't close it. Oh, okay, that's fine. No. Always say that. That person goes in your follow-up. A no is not a no. A no is, I'm not ready. I don't trust you. Give me more value. Post more on social media. I need to follow you more. maybe they don't have the money, but most of them, it's because they don't trust you. They don't trust you. They're sick of trying and failing. They don't want to fail again, and they just need to see you more. And that's when you friend request, because they can see more your posts. And it's just several things that you have to do, but that person goes in your list in February. And nobody's going to say no, because out of decency, they say, fine, contact me in February. But I'm like, yes, that's another opportunity, because I'm going to give you so much value this month that you're going to love me in February and you're going to come in my team. So go for no, fail every single day if you can, because that means you're doing your job and you're going to get to success soon. And then my last advice, I'm sorry if I'm going on, is joy setting. You need to have fun in this business. In the first year, my kids were resenting the business because they saw me on the phone all day. My husband was resenting the business because I wasn't having enough sex with him, because I'd rather be with Beachbody. So it's very important that you're very intentional with your time. The waking up early goes in link with this, because your husband needs you. And I'm not going to talk about sex, but that's very important in your relationship. The Bible says it, so that's why I'm not afraid to say it. But he needs you present when he's there. Like, he comes home and he doesn't want to see you doing Beachbody. If you're a woman or a man, vice versa, same thing. They don't want to see you doing Beachbody. They don't want to see you. This is very addicting. Like, when you change a life, for me, it's like cocaine. And I never had cocaine, and I'm from Colombia, and I never had drugs. But for me, it's like a drug. I'm like, oh my God, I just changed a life. Because for me, it's not so much, the before and after, which I see a lot of coaches doing, like with the measurements. For me, it's more like, I've freaking cured your diabetes. Like, it's like you can have a better relationship with your husband because your self-esteem is higher. You just prevented sickness. Like, I go further away than that, because that's what it's all about. It's about health. It's not about the abs. It's not about, I know that we sometimes focus our programs on that, but it's really not about that. It's about feeling great. It's about having energy. It's about not yelling at your kids because you feel miserable with yourself. So it's very important that you really intentional with your time so that you can be present with your kids. Melanie Mitchell in the leadership conference said that from 3 to 5, she disconnects completely because she's with her kids. But that's great. You're like, oh, that's great. But it's because she is intentional with the rest of her time. She's maxing it out. She's 10xing it the rest of the day and at night. So she can do that. And you guys, since the beginning, need to be able to do that, because then your husband's going to be upset at you. The kids are going to be like, oh, mommy's always on the phone and mommy's always not present. And the years go by so fast, and they grow so fast that I learned that lesson so much. I was addicted to this thing. I was going to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning. My husband was having dinner by himself because I was in a team call. My kids were doing homework right next to me, and I was in the computer like this. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Oh, okay. And we all do that because it's, at least the ones that are passionate about this, I know we all do it because it's addicting. We freaking do. This is amazing. But you have to have fun with this business. You have to not stress about it. You're not a 5-star diamond coach right now. It's because of time and consistency. Like, you can't be a 5-star when you just started because you don't even know how to lead a team. You don't have enough personal development to teach people. You don't even know what Shakeology is. So we all dream, 5-star, but we're really not ready. We're in a moment where we need to learn certain stuff to be able to go to 1-star and then learn more. I'm still learning to go to 5-star and then be able to lead a team. Like, I do my team calls and then I press end and I'm like, how did I do that? And it's because I've been doing it, because I've been doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But I wasn't meant to be a 5-star yet last year. It's this year that I was meant to be a 5-star because of all the stuff that I've learned, all the failure that I've had that I can teach my team, and all the advice that I can give them so they can be successful and grow our team. So enjoy it. Be very intentional with your families. Don't let that go. This is secondary. Beachbody should be secondary in your life. I know it's addicting, but your family is always super more important. And the only way to do that is to arrange your schedule, follow a calendar, and do your vital behaviors when you have to do your vital behaviors. Is my tip, because that happened to me. And that's all I have. I hope you guys got some tips from this.
Catalina, that was so awesome. I don't think I've smiled or laughed in an awesome, good way as much as I did on this call. You shared so many things that I'm going to have to go back and watch as well. But it's no surprise that as I watch this, I want to be around you. Like, you made me feel good the way you spoke and your energy. So that's a huge key success indicator to me of why people love having you lead their challenge groups and leading your team and being a part of what you do. So thank you. Extreme thanks for all of those messages, all those tips that you gave us today. And we're so grateful that you spent the time with us. I know you have to get going, but this is recorded and we're super grateful. Now moving on, and Catalina, by the way, if you want me to walk you through that advanced video, just let me know and I'll call you and we'll walk through it. So yeah. Okay.
I'm going to take that offer.
Okay. Awesome. And then next week on the 31st, the last day of this month, we have Veronica Alice on our team call. She's also a brand new 5-star diamond coach. So make sure you mark your calendar so that you can come join us next week, and we'll see you guys throughout the week. Later. Bye.